Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners, just like you, make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 258, and I'm so glad that you're here today because we're talking about 3 ways you can get sales. Yep. 3 ways that you can get customers and clients. I think it's going to be pretty obvious which one is your favorite way. But the good news is you're going to hear all 3 and you're going to get to choose yours. And if you can tell, I don't know if you can, I'm being a little bit snarky. I'm being a little bit facetious because there is one way that's quite obvious that you should choose to get your customers and clients. But I'm sharing all 3 with you so you can make the best decision for you and your business. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast. I have no doubt it's going to help you along your business journey. Whether you're in the idea stage, starting or growing, you're in the right place. And whether you're selling products, services, programs, coaching, consulting, whatever it is, you are in the right place. And I'm so happy you're here. So if you're new, you need to get plugged in. Y'all know the drill if you've been listening a while. But to all you newbies, I've got some free goodies for you. Oh yes, resources for you as you're starting your business. If you've been wondering what tools and tech and software to use all on the back end of your business, make sure you get access to my spreadsheet. It's my ultimate list of all my tools and tech and apps that I use. So make sure you get access right now. Scroll down in the show notes. You'll see a link to that ultimate spreadsheet. You'll just enter your email and then it will show you the spreadsheet. And then also I have a 16-step checklist if you're starting your business and other free resources no matter what stage you're in. So make sure you click through right now and get over to that. Even if you're in the idea stage, I have a guide for you to help you with that. So grab those freebies right now. And if you have been listening a while, thank you so much to all my loyal listeners. Y'all are wonderful and awesome and just the most amazing humans. I'm so excited for all your progress. Shout out to my Grow Getters. Y'all are doing amazing things and working hard every day. And I'm just so proud of you. And I'm so honored to be a small part of your journey. Also, too, real quick, if you have been listening and you find value in this podcast, would you be so kind to do me a huge favor and just leave like a 5-star rating? You can hit 5 stars. It takes you literally 1 second. Just hit 5 stars, okay? And if you feel so inclined, I love it when I read reviews from you all. So if you have 30 seconds to write a written review, it helps Apple Podcasts and all the other players out there bump this podcast up. It's been shown to when people leave reviews. And so if you are able to leave a review, it would mean so much to me. And I just appreciate all of you who come here each week to listen and learn and better yourselves and grow your businesses. And I'm just so excited that you're of the people that are actually pursuing your dream. So that's it. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, everyone. How are you? How's everything going in your business? I need the updates. Make sure you're posting in our weekly Facebook group posts. Oh, and by the way, if you're new, make sure you get in the Facebook group. You can scroll down in the show notes right now, and there's a link that takes you over to it. It's called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. And you can get in there, and we have some fun weekly posts, and you can share your wins, and then anything that you're working on. If you have questions that you think are silly, believe me, they're not, because so many other people have them too. So make sure y'all get in there because I love to see all your updates and the progress that you're making. So I hope everything is going well for all of you. And I'm so glad that you're here today because sometimes we need these types of messages and episodes in our ear that kind of lay it out in a simple way so that we can make the best decision for our business. And today I'm laying out for you the 3 ways that you can get customers and clients. Now, there's many other ways, but these are the 3 main ways that I see all of you out there approaching getting your customers and clients. And I don't even love the word getting customers and clients, okay? But I'm saying it because that's what you all say. And I'm saying that because I think it will resonate because you've probably been saying, how do I get more customers? How do I get more clients? Have you been saying that? Okay, so I hope by the end of this episode, you may change that word, get. You may be able to change that because you'll listen and you'll be like, oh my gosh, okay, I do need to kind of reframe how I'm doing things. But we're going to talk about these 3 ways that you can get customers and clients. I think one way is going to be an obvious way that you should use. However,
I'm leaving it up to you. This is a free country here in the USA, and you get to choose how you want to run your business and how you want to get customers and clients. And you need to do what makes the most sense for you. Okay. So here's the 3 ways that I see right now for many of my clients that I work with, even grow getters when they first come in my program, anyone who's starting a business, people in the Facebook group. This is what I'm seeing. Okay. So the first way that you can get customers and clients is to open your business and wait for them to come. You can literally just wait. You don't have to try very hard. This is the most relaxed way to get customers and clients because you really don't have to do any work. You just sit back and you hope that people either find you. I don't know if you're online, you're in person, you have a booth or what it is. You hope that they walk by and find you and discover you. And you also hope that people refer you, that people you know will just so happen to share your business with others. Now, a lot of you do this. I've been guilty of this myself in the past. And it is the most relaxed way to go about it. It's very hands-off. It's very stress-free in terms of what you're having to do to get customers and clients because you just get to chill. You just get to sit back and chill and you're like, let's go. Let's do this. Some of you I know like to manifest customers and clients. Some of you even, I'm a praying person. We've prayed for customers and clients. Have you? Yeah. So, I mean, this is a way. And I will tell you this. Some of the new business owners that I've worked with are actually in this position where they don't have to do anything, that they are booked solid, that people are coming, they're getting referrals, they have waiting lists. It's real. This does happen. It is not common. I'm going to be very honest with you from the people that I've seen. Now, again, I'm in my own circles, in my own world. This is not very common. Now, here are the business owners that I see that this is common with. It is those who have been doing what they are doing in their business now. They've been doing this in a career prior. So maybe they worked for a company doing this, right? And maybe it's like tutoring. Maybe you were a tutor, you worked for a tutoring company, and you opened your own tutoring company, or you just started being a freelance tutor. Those people I see are the most successful out of the gate because they already have clientele. They already have experience doing this. They already have people who like them. They have people who will follow them. They already are known. It's the whole thing. They have it all. The only thing that they really have to master is how to manage their own business. Okay? These people that have been doing this a long time already and just are branching off and starting their own business, I find have the most success out of the gate. Okay? That's just what I've seen. Okay? Other people may tell you different, but in my world, that's what I've seen. Okay? And they don't have to do anything. They literally don't have to do anything. They get people calling them, texting them, and they're full. How amazing would that be? For those of you that don't have that luxury, how awesome would that be? I have never really had that in any of my businesses. I have always had to work to get business and to get customers and clients, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I've had to always work at it, right? So many people do not have this luxury, but this is a choice for you. This is a choice, whether you've been doing this a while or not. Maybe you have a brand new business, maybe you're selling jewelry or something, and this is your brand new thing, and you're just starting out, and you've never done it before, you've never run a business, you don't really know anyone, you're new in your town. You do have an option to just open your store, your booth, your mobile business, your website, and just kind of sit back and chill and just hope that they come. So you have that option. I will tell you from clients that I've worked with that this becomes very stressful. It becomes very stressful because they feel like they don't have control over knowing when and where or how they are going to get customers and clients. They don't really know. It's very exciting when they get customers and clients. They're like jumping up and down because I got one, because every day is a surprise because they just don't know. And a lot of them don't have consistent monthly income. They don't have reliable income because it's just left up to happenstance, right? If people find them or if people hear about them, right? So that is your first option. I want you to know this. Like, you have the ability to just chill, just open and hope people come. Okay. But it's very stressful and it's not reliable. Okay. So you have to know that. Okay. Okay. So number 2, here's your second option for how to get customers and clients. Hi, friends. I just had to jump in here really quick because so many of you have asked me what my credit card recommendations are. And I wanted to share it with you in a great promo that may help you out if you're starting your business or in the growth stage, and especially if you are strapped for cash right now or investing in things in your business. I have used Capital One for the past probably 20 years, I'm guessing, for my businesses and for my home. They have such great rewards and all that stuff. But I have to tell you about this promo that they have going on right now. And that is 15 months interest free. Are you hearing me? If you're trying to invest in things in your business right now, whether you're your website or maybe you're trying to hire someone to help you, whatever it is, y'all, 15 months interest free. Scroll down and click the link below. You also get a $200 bonus when you spend $500 in the first 90 days. Y'all, that's amazing. And they also have a no fee credit card. So you don't have to worry about like some type of annual fee. Also, they have like 3% cash back on certain things that you spend on in the month. So it's a total no-brainer to have 15 months interest free. Just think about that relief of stress that you could experience right now and things that you're trying to spend on, and to know that all you have to do is make a minimum payment each month. You don't have to, like, it's barely a minimum payment. Y'all, you don't have to pay it off for 15 months. It's amazing. Anyway, scroll down in the show notes and get your hands on it, because I'm telling you, you will be so happy and have so much relief. Back to the episode. You can add all the bells and whistles to your website. You can have every single countdown timer, email marketing, social media, LinkedIn, TikTok scheduling, everything. You can learn sales skills and become a master at selling. You can convince people. You can work really hard to hard sell people, and you can be overbearing and pushy, and it will work. You can get sales. Now, I'm not saying people will always be happy because they got convinced of something, but this is an option for you, is that you can do all the things. You can literally do everything. Be on every platform, have a YouTube channel, have a podcast, be on TikTok, be on LinkedIn, be on Instagram, be on Facebook, have countdown timers, have the fanciest website you've ever seen, run sales every day, send emails all the time, be out and about networking, speak at your local group. I mean, you can do it all. And there are some business owners out there who thrive on doing it all. Okay. Now, they look like a chicken with their head cut off, but they thrive on doing it all. That's how they're happy, when they know that they're doing everything and they're like hitting every button and they're doing all the things and they're run ragged. And it's crazy. But for some people, it works because they're just doing all the things. Now, again, they may not be getting sleep. They may be paying a lot of money to have people working for them, or not paying people to work for them and literally working 18 hours a day, right? But they can do this. They work on their website so much and just all the bells and whistles to make sure they are closing every sale and doing everything. And when you kind of hear that, you're like, oh, that does kind of sound good. Like, if I had every platform covered and everything, how amazing would that be? I would have no life, though, outside of business. And I definitely wouldn't want to come off as a pushy salesperson. That's just me. But I know people that run their business very aggressively, and it works. It works, but a lot of times the owners get very burnt out really quick. They get sick of having to sell. They get sick of it. It gets old, y'all. Being a hardcore salesperson is exhausting. I don't know if any of y'all have ever been in sales. I was in technology sales. I worked for Dell Computers and I loved it. Luckily, I wasn't having to do like outbound cold calling and all that. We had an inbound queue for a while when I was in sales when I first started, and people were calling into us to buy. So it was awesome. That's a luxury, right? But I was never having to be like a really hardcore salesperson. However, I was trying to make a quota each month. So I would try to upsell people to printers and things that they needed. I was doing things in the most ethical way possible, but it does get tiring because you've got to hit certain revenue goals and you've got to make the sales. So it can be exhausting. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a small business owner and you're having to hard sell people all day long, be on all the platforms and then kind of convince people to buy, how happy do you think the recipients of your products and services will be? Some of them will be happy, but some of them will have buyer's remorse because they're like, I kind of got convinced. I feel like it was just the sale that I had to buy right then. She was pushing me into it. He was pushing me into it. And you kind of have buyer's remorse. Have y'all ever had buyer's remorse? I'm sure you have, right? Because you felt like you should buy something because it was such a great time. It would only be here. I mean, I don't know if you've had those people come to your front door. We've had solicitors come to our front door, and now I have a sign up on my front door that says no solicitors. But they would come and they're like, we're only here so often. Your neighbor, Mrs. Johnson, was buying. They always start out by that. They try to give like social proof that my neighbors are buying. And I can't take it. I couldn't take it. I couldn't even listen for a few minutes. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. We don't buy from solicitors, and often they get a little mad. Sometimes they were sweet, but now I put the sign up and nobody knocks. So I'm so thankful for that. But do y'all know what it's like to feel a high pressure sales? I've talked about this before. I've gotten off a cruise ship in like Mexico or wherever, and they are like all over you. They're swarming you. We got off the airplane in Mexico to try to get to, where would we go? In Cozumel somewhere. And the taxi cab drivers, the drivers were literally swarming us in the airport, like swarming everyone that they could give you a ride. And so it gets overwhelming. Nobody likes that, but that's their choice. That's how they're running their business. That's how they have to get business. They have to be aggressive. They have to be the first one yelling at the people off the airplane. They have to be screaming that they can help you right now and you can get in the car right now, and they have waters in the car and the whole 9 yards, right? It's exhausting. I know they're exhausted at the end of the day. In fact, I've seen some of them grab a beer after they were done and like have a beer and go sit down and leave. And I'm like, really? Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I can understand people having a beer, so I'm not knocking that, but I'm like, they're exhausted. They're exhausted, right? So this is a choice for you though, for how you want to run your business. You can be aggressive. You can be on all the platforms. You can be trying to convince people. You can have limited time offers, which I don't think limited time offers are bad, but some of them feel slimy. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? You can do all that. I know though that for my clients that have done this, it's exhausting. It's not fulfilling. It's not the business model that they dreamed of. It's really not. That's what they tell me. They're like, this isn't what I signed up for. I thought this was going to be fun. I thought everyone was just going to buy. And so for everyone listening, not everyone probably is going to buy. And it's hard to accept at first. But it's exhausting because you're like, how hard do I have to work to get a sale? Now, there will come a point when you have to analyze like what you're actually selling. Is that in demand? But that's not really what we're talking about today. We're talking about how you're selling and how you're getting customers and clients. And I think this is an exhausting way to do it. It's not fulfilling. It wears people out, but it can work. It can work. I don't think it can work forever. I think it's a short-term gig. I think it's more something that you just do now to try to get sales. And then it's not really a long-term sustainable model unless you kept hiring new people to do it maybe for you. I don't love this method, but it is your choice and it is your business. And so you can do that. Okay. So again, let's review. Number one, you can just sit back. This is the most chill method and you can just wait for people to come. Okay. Number two, you can go all in, hardcore, doing everything, all the things, hard selling, convincing, doing timers, social media, everywhere, all the time, promos, convincing, the whole 9 yards. You can do it. Okay. Or number three, you can actually put in place a simple marketing strategy that sells your stuff for you. And what do I mean by this? I mean that if you simply take the time to do the work and create a very simple, doable, fun marketing strategy that you actually enjoy. If you create this It can sell your stuff for you so you never have to be a hardcore salesperson, and you're not doing all the things. You're not on all the platforms. You're not exhausted, right? But you're getting sales. Now, it's kind of that nice hybrid model, right? You're not sitting back and doing nothing. You're actually doing something, but you're doing it in a way that feels in alignment with you, feels true to who you are. You don't have to be someone you're not. You don't have to learn a whole new skill that you don't want to learn. It's like the other day I was talking to a client and she was talking about how she was maybe going to start showing up, and we were going through the different options. And I even said, YouTube could be an option for you because you want to do online. And she looked at me and said, you know what? No, I don't really want to do that. That doesn't sound fun to me. And I'm like, then why are we even talking about it? Like, let's not even look at YouTube. Let's do it in another way. And she was finding a way locally where she could show up in a way that was fun for her and was doable for her on her time and would actually attract her ideal customers and clients. So she never had to hard sell. She never had to convince people to buy. And they were actually excited to buy. And that's your goal. Your goal is to do marketing that's fun for you. It's simple, but it attracts. Let me say that again. Attracts. You're not getting customers and clients. You're attracting customers and clients so that when it comes time for them to actually buy, you don't have to do any hard selling. You may have to answer a few questions about your guarantee, your pricing, how they can use it, whatever, those final questions. And then they buy. There's no hard sell and there's no buyer's remorse on their end because they chose this. They wanted this. They felt that you cared about them through this intentional marketing strategy that you have. Now, let's clarify too. Your marketing can be very simple, and it can be something where someone meets you, you talk to them, you share with them some things about your product or service, you kind of go through it, and they buy. They could buy that day. They could buy in an hour. They could buy in 30 minutes. They could buy in 5 minutes if they come by your booth, right? Or you may have an online business like what I have, where sometimes it takes people longer. They listen to the podcast, and then they may get on my email list. They may buy right then, or they may buy later. They may buy 2 years later. They might buy 3 years later, right? So I'm always cognizant of that. So timing is really not the issue. It's more about what is your strategy. Have you worked on the words that you're going to say when you meet people and you talk to people, or you're online or on an email or a social post? Have you worked on the words that you use to attract those people? And have you worked on the offer that you have for them, really made sure it's what they want to buy? And have you chosen that one main method for showing up that you know is where your people are? And do you know how to invite them to next steps with you? Whether it be to buy or get a quote or get a download or follow you on social or whatever. These are all pieces of your intentional marketing strategy. And if you're in Grow Getters, you know what I'm talking about. It's called the MOVE method, MOVVE. It's a method I teach that helps you create your simple marketing strategy that's fun for you and attracts your ideal customers and clients. Because what happens when you have this in place? You now show up as you, not being someone that you're not. You show up as you authentically. You talk about your services or your products, or maybe you're emailing, or maybe you're somehow online. Maybe it's through your website. You are showing up confidently, and you have a system in place that takes them through an education process, whether it be in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 months or a year, right? It's a process that they go through, that they hear your message, they feel connected to you, they hear about your offer, they may see you again showing up, you invite them to next steps, whether it be to buy, get a coupon, whatever it is, and they buy. There's no hard selling on your part. You literally feel a weight lifted off of you because you have a way to attract people without having to be a weirdo, without having to be an icky salesperson. You have a way now that eliminates most of that selling. You will have to close the sale. Like maybe you have an online store and it's like buy now, check out now. That's closing the sale. Or you're in person. You say, oh yeah, you can get these right here. I take credit cards. Like you do have to close the sale. There is a piece of sales, but it's so much less heavy. It's so much easier. It's so much more natural when you actually have a marketing strategy in place. Now, when I say marketing strategy, a lot of you freak out because you think I'm talking about this like really heavy corporate complicated marketing strategy. And I'm not. I'm talking about a simple method. I teach it in the MOVE method. In the show notes down below, you can learn about the MOVE method. Okay, so make sure you look in the show notes because I explain that method to you. This is what you can use so that you're not hard selling anybody. You're not being creepy. You're not being pushy. You're not being weird. You're not stressing yourself out. You're not working 18 hours a day. You're also not just sitting back and crossing your fingers and hoping people buy. If you want a successful business, you have to take this piece of your business very seriously. This is how you are going to make reliable income. If you don't do this, you will not have reliable income. Okay? So again, it's your choice. This is your business. You can sit back and relax, number one, and just hope people come. Number two, you can be all things to all people, show up everywhere all the time, hard selling, having all the bells and whistles, making sure everything is perfect, exhausting yourself, convincing people. You can do all of that. Okay? Number two. Or number three, you can take a little time right now to do the work, create a very simple and doable marketing strategy. It works for you, your skills, your gifts, so that you feel in alignment with everything you're doing. You can show up confidently. You can attract people who are excited to buy. And then at the very end, you can close the sale. You can help them sign up. You can help them get what they need. And you have a very happy customer who tells other people. Okay? So remember this today. You have a choice. This is your moment. How are you going to run your business? How are you going to market your business? How are you going to attract people? I think we know the answer for most of you. That's number 3. And I hope you'll get started on it today. So scroll down in the show notes. You can get the link to the MOVE method and learn about it. I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy you're here today. If you have any questions, you can reach out anytime. hi@KimberlyBrock.com. You can check out Grow Getters. I'm so excited to help you, and I'm honored to be a part of your journey. So that's it. Have a great day. Bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com. And yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.
Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal. I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it'd be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's 2 ways you can give me your answers. Number 1, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number 2, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news. What would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you? So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.